morning, I'm Steve McCarran. Let's dive right into the deep end now. June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. And right now, there are 126,000 people living with that disease and more than 254,000 unpaid family caregivers right in Washington state. And now the Alzheimer's Association is holding a Caregiver Summit to connect people with tools and education while caring for a loved one. And joining us to continue the conversation is Nicci Noteboom, the Marketing and Communications Director for the Alzheimer's Association. She joins Tyrah now down in the ARC Lounge. Hi, ladies.
Thank you, Steve. And Nicci, thank you so much for coming on the show again. It's so important that caregivers have these resources.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so much, right? It's Alzheimer's Brain Awareness Month. There's just been a lot of talk going on. You have, thank you, done some segments about sort of the breakthroughs that are happening. But this event that we're going to talk about today, I mean, it's really a local resource for our caregivers in Pierce, King. Some are going to come as far as Snohomish.
Looking forward to hearing about it. Before we get into the details about the summit, we just want to talk more about Alzheimer's disease and how it impacts people here in Washington state. Can you kind of describe some of the challenges that caregivers face while caring for a loved one who has Alzheimer's?
Right. Time is a huge one. You think about it, a lot of sandwich caregiver situations. So we're talking about those children that are taking FMLA or having to go into work late, being interrupted at work, can be very, very stressful. Caregivers oftentimes have other chronic conditions that they're dealing with. The incidence of depression goes up about 39%, I believe, in Washington. So when I talk about time, it's juggling all the elements that it takes to be a caregiver.
The statistics are hard to hear, you know, especially when it comes to depression, because yes, they have to take care of themselves too.
Exactly.
And that can be a tough thing to balance. Can you talk about how big of a need there is for more resources and tools for caregivers? What is already out there?
Well, you know, of course, I would say the Alzheimer's Association is out there, and we have the helpline that's 24/7, 365, but there are so many local resources within King County. The UW Memory Hub, fabulous place. Snohomish County, you have Homage, which is great. I was just at an event up in Bellingham. Dementia Support Northwest has just opened up a respite program in the mall up there. So but they need more. Dementia Care Navigation Service is something that's really new. You can learn more about it by calling our helpline, but it basically helps, yes, the person living with the disease, but the caregiver sort of unlock some of those social safety net things that they might be eligible for, and also just to be that sort of therapist, coach, what have you. And it's covered by Medicare.
That's really awesome that it's covered by Medicare. You talk about that helpline. If someone maybe is hesitant to call because they don't really know how to get that conversation started with a professional that would be able to help, I mean, what tips do you have?
Well, it can be scary, and picking up the phone, right, might not be the right place to start. So the website, alz.org, has a lot of boards on it. We have an app now. There's a lot of different ways that you can just get out and read, find some of the groups, read through the groups. Like, you know, don't push yourself. You're under a lot of stress. Totally get that the call is hard. So kind of get that information, think about your questions. You might find what you need in the boards.
That's actually a really good tip. Yeah, look at the website first. You might find what you need. So this Caregiver Summit that's coming up, there's a number of education programs featured at the event. Tell us about those and how they're providing those tools for caregivers.
Great. So it's a health fair style kind of event. So there'll be lots of vendors with information. And then we've got a handful of speakers. King County Search and Rescue is coming out. I think that's such an important one. It can even, you know, we talk about a lot about dementia care here, but this event really is for caregivers, for anyone that might have some kind of cognitive impact, cognitive challenge, even physical challenge, to be prepared if a person wanders. Readiness of, you know, wildfire season's coming up. We always think about earthquakes. I mean, all sorts of things that could happen to what's going to be your go plan if something unfortunate happens that way.
That's good that a variety of organizations are going to be present there. Yeah, because that's so important, all that, you know, disaster readiness, all of that stuff, preparedness.
In-home safety too, things that you just don't think about, that they're like, this could be a falls risk situation that we don't
that you don't think
Yeah,
about.
you just don't think about. You don't think about.
Prepare for. We've got some guest speakers. Steph Jagger speaking at the event. Why was it important for people to hear Steph's story? I'm not familiar, to be honest.
So Steph is from Bainbridge
Okay.
Island, originally from Canada. Her mother was diagnosed with the disease, gosh, I'm gonna say more than 5 years ago.
Okay.
And her father encouraged her to do a road trip with her mom. And so they went and did a bunch of national parks and camping. And it was even during that experience that Steph was just seeing the real kind of the heartbreak of things her mother wasn't remembering, places they used to go, just, and it was just also cathartic for her to be like, we did this. And she is such a well-spoken person when it comes to talking about being present with that loved one who the only moment they have is right now. They don't remember what happened 10 years ago, maybe even 5 minutes ago, and really have no sense of planning of what they're even going to do 10 or 15 minutes.
Wow.
And so I've read a lot of self-help books on mindfulness, being present, all those things. You know, being a caregiver, boy, it teaches you how to be present. And Steph just, has a great story.
That's good. It's good to hear from people like Steph because I feel like it would help caregivers, to not feel so alone.
Right.
Like this is such a shared experience that, you might be
Yes.
hearing. Yeah, I would love to ask you, Nicci, because I don't think we've ever talked about this, but what got you so interested in working with the Alzheimer's Association and why is this cause important to you?
I worked in healthcare pretty much my whole career, and my dad had Alzheimer's, and he died in 2019. And I had, in work that I've been doing, sort of adjacent, I had collaborated with the Alzheimer's Association a lot. And then 3 years ago, there was a job, and I was like, universe.
It's your calling.
Yeah, and I love it. I feel close to my dad.
Absolutely. And a way to honor him.
Exactly.
As well. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
And really quickly before we let you go, when is the summit?
It is next Friday.
Okay.
It is June 20th, Emerald Downs.
Okay.
It is 10 to 4. We'd love it if you register. You can show up. And I know you guys have all the information. You can
Yes.
learn more on alz.org. Or just call the helpline. That's an easy way to register too.
All right, perfect. Nicci, thank you so much again for joining us here on the show. alz.org. And yeah, Steve's going to give some more information on that too so people can find
Steve.
it.
Hi.
Yes, for more information on the Caregiver Summit that we were just talking about, we made it easy for you. Go ahead and scan the QR code that's popping up in the corner of your screen there. That link that pops up will take you directly to komonews.com/hotlinks. From there, you're going to find a link to the website. As a reminder, the Caregiver Summit, as the ladies mentioned, is next Friday, June 20th at Emerald Downs in Auburn. Should be a great event to help a lot of people in our community.